Nothing, and I mean nothing, is as powerful as that moment at the end of Magi. That shit is a tearjerker, and if they ever animate that stuff, you know how fucked up it's gonna be seeing that entire city burn. What a fucking incredible chapter. Let me just get from the start from saying that I fucking love this chapter. This chapter was fucking amazing. It had so many good moments to it. Not to mention getting some heavy development with the character. And it's just a fucking tearjerker at the end. It's just an absolute tearjerker. And it's just... This, I say as well, is probably one of the best chapters we've had since we've been in Almataran. That's how much I fucking love this chapter. It was fucking amazing. Except, you know, that freaking little special about David. There's this one as well, which was beast. And it's like, they've got to get out of this place immediately. And they were saying, you know, how can Seta go against people with 12 divine staffs like that? It's like one divine staff versus 12 of them. And not to mention, that's David in there. That's David in the roster as well. So he probably has a divine staff as well. And it's like, Thaylan, when she hears, like, pretty much, she looks what saying, Mom, I'm scared, help me. And it's like, her mother and father are powerless. They just can't do anything. Like, there's nothing there. And it's just like, she just gets onto her knees. It's just like, starts begging, and it's like, we need to get out of there. And Ugo was like that. It was like, looking at this like complicated puzzle, because the entire city is a giant magic tool, and he's in saying, oh, this is fucking impossible. And it's like, Phelan keeps screaming, please save my baby, save my baby. And it's like, Solomon promised that we would bring him back. Everyone will be safe. We will make sure that we protect them. We'll make sure that Tess is alive. Like that. And it's like, Ugo's just struck. It's like, I want to do this, I want to do it, but it's fucking impossible. It's like the entire city is a giant magic tool, and with Solomon by his side, the only two that can understand this sort of language, like this tech talk that they got, it's like, it could even take centuries to fix this, to get out of this, because it's so complicated due to it. It's like, how the complication, it's like, and Ugo during this, is like, he feels like he keeps breaking down, but it's like, Solomon saying, you didn't even realize it yourself. It's that Ugo is a pure genius. He is actually... Solomon regards him as the strongest magician in the world. This is the guy, and this is where they were hinting at that even Ugo could even potentially create a new world. Just by himself. And this is where I was thinking when they were saying in that chapter, that what if it was Solomon who uses Magi to give it life? What if he like spreaded the rook from Almataran and it just like got, you know, the Great Flow just went into the other world? What if Solomon's that powerful that he could actually even transport the Great Flow to another dimension or something like that? But it was actually Ugo that was the one that created all this. What if he was the one that created the Earth with his theories and his communication, and then with Solomon's great power, that is how it's come. So regardless, like, Ugo, one of the people we've seen since the first chapter, was one of the creators of the world. That just gets me fucking excited just to see that. It's like, Ugo's a pure genius, and that is saying that he's on that level with Solomon, he's on that level with David, he's on himself with like characters in the series right now. And it's like, if he still had his stuff, if he could still talk, if he could still use them formulas, it's like, that is what he's good. And it's like, sign of like taking away his head from like when he was back there, that was taking away his greatest part of him, because he couldn't talk, he couldn't explain his theories like that since then. And not to mention, Aladdin was just a kid back in the day in the dungeon, so he wouldn't even be able to understand all those great theories that, you know, Ugo had. And it's like, it seems like the only one that could really keep up to date with his intelligence was Solomon. But not to mention, when they actually even started breaking out of there, it was like, we gotta save them. It's like, and it was just like, that fucking ending, ugh. Yo, when we just saw, and everything was not trees, not grass, not even the fucking earth itself. Everything was scorched, burnt alive. So David is a fucking monster. He's an absolute fucking monster. If this is a test, because, you know, he can see everything and he knows he's already accepted his fate, does that mean fate has to go for this? That you have to burn little children, friends, for, you know, family members like that, you have to burn them to the ground? And it's just like, when Thaylan's got a fucking little boy Tess in her arms, and she's like, little boy screaming for her mother, saying like, it hurts, it's too hot, help me mom, like, dad. And it's just like, Thaylan just fucking screams and lets it all out, just goes, ah, like that. She just like screams. Her baby right there just died in front of her eyes, and just realized Solomon fucked up. He fucked up. There should have been, always in war, do you always have people defending the base? You always had that. You should have had more reinforcements. Not to mention as well, you made sure, you promised that that little boy was going to be alright. And Phelan, Wahid, and not to mention Ethnan, Cassetta as well, all his left of his staff, are going to resent him for the rest of his life now. And this is what triggers Ethnan. This is what triggers him to go into owl farming. I'm guaranteeing it's like, Solomon is probably going to be like, I'm sorry, but I just got too much on the hands. We're like, I fucked up, I know. But it's like, when we see it from that chapter, that is why probably Wahid, Ethnan, and Phelan were all on their own. And it's just like, it was just some crazy shit. It's like, this chapter was a fucking just crazy fucking amazing chapter. I fucking loved it. I mean, after reading it a few times and talking with a friend, it was like, it did kind of complicate it a bit with all the Ugo stuff, saying that he was saying like, oh, all this stuff about, you know, magic circuits and all that stuff, and it was like, yeah, a bit much. Not a perfect chapter, but goddamn near fucking perfect. That was a deep meaning, and that is showing the downfall of Solomon, hinting at the new world. Just a lot of fun. Why is Magi so great? It's just, I love it. This series is fucking amazing. And people should fucking know already that this series is fucking godlike. A 9.5, 9.9 there. Like, first and fucking 9.9 you get on a fucking channel review, or like when you get on a fucking chapter. But it was that close. It was that good. I really fucking enjoyed it. But yeah, dialogue, as always, a little bit too heavy, but a fucking deep impact. And this is what caused the birth of Owl Farming. And what's going to happen next? Solomon, Phelan, all of them. It's just, shit's just going to get fucking mind crazy. Just fucking going to blow her mind. Sucking Almataran is a, although a slow arc, definitely at the start with some bits, definitely a really good fucking payoff. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. But that's all from me. Always watching as always. Remember, I'll see you guys next time. And